Dade County street nigga, I'ma hold it down. 5120, each one I break down. Supply my whole hood, visions to supply the town. I'm talking about Palm Beach, Broward County, back down south. Vato get them pounds. JG Wentworth, I need that money now. Same day we get them in, same day we move them out, nigga.
Yeah. What's really happening? Miami, what they do? Florida, what they do? Yeah, this your boy OG Jigavelli. Y'all already know what it is, man. Another segment of What They Do podcast. Tonight, I got one of my homies out the trenches, man. I'm talking about one of my ZOE partners, man. Pouchon in the building. You know what I mean? We gonna dig into, you know, everything he got going on since he came home, man. You know what I'm saying? We was in the feds. My man came home. He doing great things now. He wrote some books while he was in. We got a lot to talk about. Pouchon, man, what they do, man?
What they do?
You already know what it is, man. Let them folks know, man. Let them know, but we come out them trenches, baby.
Yep.
We got them trenches, man. Come on, tap in, man. I see you got the books with you. I got my books. You know what I mean? We gonna chop it up a little bit, man. So I'm a formally, you know what I mean? I told you off camera, but I want the world to know, man. Welcome home.
Welcome home to you too. I was home before you.
Yeah.
You know what I said? I was home before you. I went home before. I went home from the same camp where you went home from. You went home from Yazoo too, man?
Yeah, I ain't go home. I left Yazoo, and we gonna talk about that too. Left Yazoo.
Come on, man.
I went to Atlanta. I actually made it to a camp, bro. I worked my way from Penn all the way down to a camp, man.
Thought you was finna leave Yazoo. You know you love that laundry, man.
Man. Hey, y'all. Hey, listen. Boy, we gonna talk about it, man. I know I ain't been giving y'all them prison stories that y'all used to hearing from the OG, man. But like he say, boy, I had the laundry game at Yazoo, Mississippi on lock, man. In that book, Federal Pressure, you gonna see what it is. You know that laundry was the artery, boy.
Oh yeah,
you already know that laundry was the artery. Don't get it twisted now.
If it ain't the laundry, it's the kitchen.
It's the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know what we talking about, man, that's where that yon come from, man. That monyon, you know what I'm talking about? That laundry. But listen, man, let the people know what part of, there you go, right? Let them know what part of Miami you from, man, and you know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, truth be told, I'm from Miami. I'm not gonna say exactly where I'm from, but I was raised in Little Haiti, moved to North Miami, moved to 111 on Biscayne, went to Victory Park, North Miami Beach, but I'm just from Miami.
Man, you know what? You ask anybody from Miami, right? Like, ask me, motherfucker, where you from? I'm gonna say where I was originally, like, what first part of Miami I'm from, that's Brownsville, you know what I'm saying? That's the Hampton houses. But, you know, Miami, my nigga all through, nigga all through. I lived in the city. I lived, you know what I'm saying? I lived in Robin Hood. I lived off Tutu Ave. So, you know, like, when you a type of nigga that you good all over the city, you from Miami.
Yeah, you might as well just say from Miami, because, man, it's just like this here. You could tell me you from Brown Sub. The next thing you know, a person be like, nah, man, I don't know OG from Brown Sub, man. I know him from the city.
Right.
Because that's where they know you from.
Right.
It's like me. I'm originate from Little Haiti, but I rep Victory Park. But I could be around certain people, be like, man, nah, man, he ain't from VP. I know him from Little Haiti. Or I know him from North Miami. Or I know him from off 111. Or I know him from the city. Man, I just say I'm from Miami.
Man, Lil Haiti ain't Lil no more. Lil Haiti ain't Lil no more, man. I remember when like, see, I'm old enough to remember when the whole movement was coming in, you know what I mean?
Before it was Little Haiti with Lemon City.
Just a little lemon, man. Lil Haiti all through North, like you say, North Miami, all the way up and down the whole east coast of Miami.
You gotta think about it. If you look at it from two nationalities, from Haitian and American, when Haitians came, Little Haiti. You know, when they have their little good money, they get good job, they move to North Miami, North Miami Beach, and they go further up to Broward. When you look at it from the American aspect, you from Overtown, Liberty City, this and that, and you go move up all the way to Carol City, and you move outside of West of Miramar, so you just go further up.
Man, they all, like you say, North Miami, all the way to Washington Park.
Yeah.
Got a segment of, you know what I'm saying, a little Haiti, like for real. It's little Haiti's all up in motherfucking West Palm Beach.
Yeah.
Orlando, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my ZOE, man, for progress, man. You know, I'm very proud, you know what I'm saying, you know, for them. And you need to do your history on just the people, man, you know what I'm saying, from Haiti, man, you know what I mean? Get the people that their definition of ZOE. Like ZOE, like a lot of people hear the word, a lot of people that ain't from Miami. I got to understand it, but I want to hear your understanding of the word ZOE.
From my perspective, they saying ZOE mean bone. Hard to the bone. You know, everybody got their terminology what ZOE mean to them. You know, it's just like due to the history with You got them guys like Zoe Pound and them, Sap Boys. You know, they feel like, okay, boom, Zoe, me Haitian to the bone, but me personally, the Zoe, you Haitian.
Stay on your vessel. You are in U.S. territory.
That's just how I take it.
Man, when I first heard, shout out to my homeboy Joel, man, rest in peace, right?
Monkey Man.
So, yeah, Monkey Man, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't be talking about Monkey. A lot of people focus on ZOE, you know what I'm saying? Chubb and the rest of them, but that was my guy, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Joel, man, we rocked that county for a minute, boy, from 96 to 98. You know what I mean? We like sale to sale, we was doing our thing, you know what I'm talking about? I got stories in the book, man. I mean, when I'm gonna tell you about an incident, man, and I'm gonna tell you what Joel gave me the definition of ZOE mean, and that definition always stuck with me because he was the epitome of the definition, right? So we was on the 5th floor, you know what I'm saying? Me, Joel, shout out to that boy V, you know what I'm saying? They had the case with Ponzo, you know what I mean? Everybody know Ivory Jones. Out the sub, all us was in the cell together, you know what I mean? Champ, all us was in the cell, so it was a predominant, it was a mixed cell, you know what I'm saying? We was on the 5th floor, I think it was 5B3 or 5B4, I can't remember, on B side though. And it was during the World Series. I remember because that was the issue, right? So, though V them, like I never been one of them dudes that try to control the TV, you know what I'm saying? I just roll with the punches, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm in there watching something, I'm in there watching something, you know what I'm saying? But make a long story short, V was putting pressure on the, you know, everybody know V had pressure on the cell. Everywhere V go is just pressure, you know what I'm saying? And the Spanish homies, they was in there. It's a couple little poppies, you know what I'm saying? A few little young, you know what I'm saying? They would stay in their little corner, you know what I'm saying? We had the cells like damn near like Miami. That would be little Havana, you know, this us over here, you know what I mean? That over there, right? And they had their little thing, they congregated. So V wasn't letting the guys catch the World Series. And I was like, didn't understand it, you know what I mean? Like they don't ask for a whole lot of TV time, but that one TV in per sale, you know what I'm saying? Well, anyway, you know, V being V, he was pressing them. So those Spanish boys were real quiet, right? And this is how sometimes you just gotta go, even if it ain't your squabble, but because it become racial, right? You know, in the county, they'll pull us out. At a certain time, they had that one count that you had to come out dinner time. They would do it with the roller deck. They would call you by your name, you know what I'm saying? And they call your name, you get your plate and you go in. So we lined up, we all fanned out the cell. We in the hallway. The COs got the little push cart that they got right there with the roller deck on it. They got the trays right there. Trustee handling the trays. So the Spanish boys, they were extra quiet that day. I ain't really paying no attention. I ain't seen it coming. We in the back, we all us that went to the back, me, V, Joel, Champ, we in the back. So the Spanish boy, they up in the front, kind of like, and they came out in a group. So as Joel had his back turned to me, away from the officers, and we chopping it up, it broke loose. They just went ham, you know what I'm saying? And the Spanish boy, they working. But they knew to have a fair shot at getting their opportunity, they waited for the COs to be there so it won't be a long squabble. But they had their little banger. What they had done went to did was they went to school area and they had done got them some little weapons. Some of them had done broke 2 scissors in half from the school area and they had their little banger. So while Joel being turned to me, he caught it. Right, I'm talking about like, if it went in a little deeper, my partner probably would have been paralyzed on that one, right? But you know, we went off like, you know, bangers just don't make nobody run. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta use that. You know what I mean? Man, the COs ran. The CO, man, they ran down to the big gate closed. They ran down to the end of the gate. They, Bo, hit the gate. They getting up all. I'm talking about Lewis Nelson. Y'all know who Nelson is, man. Nelson, and I forgot the other one name that used to be up on the 5th floor. But they done broke out. Man, we went ham, dog. I'm talking about that little cot. It's a little rolling cot, man. It's plastic, but it's that hard plastic. Man, Joe Will crushed that bitch, boom, broke it. Then we grabbing the arm, we working them Spanish boys, we working them old ladies. Know what I'm saying? Boom, just went ham on the floor till they hit the deuces and flooded the walk. Know what I'm saying? But Joe Will took a little bang. Then he was the only one really got the damage done to him. But my man hung in there, got a couple of little stitches, went to Ward D. But you know, his definition of ZOE was hard head. Yeah. Hard skull, you know what I'm saying?
He was a hard head.
He was a hard head, man. That's my dog, man. I miss Joel though. But that was one of them little ZOE that I was rocking with. But enough of that, man. Tell us about the books that you brought with us, man, today, man. I want to talk about how you got the writing, and you know what I mean. I want people to know where they can get your books and all that, man.
Yeah, you know, man. I ain't gonna sugarcoat the whole thing, but you know, sometimes in life, see. When I start writing my book,
hold it up so they can see it in the camera, man, so they can see the covers.
This is the first book right here. This is the second book right here, Vivid Pleasure. This is the third book right here, Street of Victory. And this is the fourth book right here, The Aftermath of Street of Victory. This is a series. This book part 2 coming out. So what came out about the book thing, you know, my little brother been incarcerated longer than me. He already done did Michael Jordan. He did 23 years already.
Get that boy a shout out, man.
Free my little brother. You know, right now he in confinement right now, but he be out. But you know, sometimes in life, you know, when we grew up, we have an idol. Like a lot of people wanted to be Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, this and that. But you know, the crazy thing was I'm older than my brother, and I always like to be like my brother because he was more smarter. My brother always liked to be like me because I was the flamboyant, cool, not to dress, not to talk to females. So I sat down in prison was trying to write. So I ended up writing a book while I was in Coleman and Mississippi. When I got out, I gave my brother my book. My brother too much didn't like the way how I wrote the book. So he ended up writing the book. So basically, I'm just the author. My brother is the ghostwriter. Right, He's doing everything behind the scene. I'm just the author. See the difference between me and you an author and a writer. Right, I'm just the author. Okay. He just my ghostwriter. Now, I can't sit there and say, I'm not going to say I can't write a book. I could write a book. It just, I don't know how to put it in kind of book format.
Right.
But right now, you know, due to the situation, I'm just waiting on him. We're going to come back with part 2 of this and the end of that part 3.
So them books right there, they fictional or they?
Yeah, fiction and nonfiction.
Fictional and nonfiction.
The last 2 books is basically about my brother.
Okay,
the story about him.
Oh, so that's kind of like non-fictional right there. That's kind of like a biography.
Yeah, it's a biography, but you know, sometimes you got to kind of fabricate the story. You don't want people to read between.
To make it more exciting. Yeah. I get it. They do it a lot. I done see them. They'll put what they call putting 12 on 10s. Yeah. Like that, right? It excites it up. But so I think we got a little further ahead of each other, right? You said that you was at Coleman. You was in the feds. Let like if you don't mind, let the people know how you got to the feds. And you know, we want to talk about your time while you was in.
Well, I got to the feds for possession with intent to sell crack cocaine, and I was selling drugs, and I ended up selling the undercover police woman. 9 out of 10, I knew who she was, but she was working for the person. I went to the feds. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't never thought I was finna go to the feds for the drugs I be selling. I wasn't no big dude like selling all type of keys, this and that, but they made an example out of me. You know what I'm saying? I went to the feds. I caught 12 years and 7 months.
Hey, I want before you go any further, I don't want to miss the moment, man. I want to talk about that. Right? You just said, man, I went to the feds. I wasn't no big baller or nothing. You know what I mean? But I went to the feds for selling some work to an undercover, right? I want to speak on that right there because, like, similar to you, I went to the feds and I didn't think I would end up in the feds, even though I was getting money up the road. You know what I mean? I was working with a square at a time. You know what I mean? Doing my little thing. I had my perception of what the feds want and what the feds didn't want. You know what I'm saying? Based upon the way the game was when we was coming up. You know what I'm saying? So I could understand you not knowing that you was gonna end up in the feds, cause I didn't know. I'm like, damn, why the feds want me? You know what? So I got a lot of young cats that watch the podcast, right? And I want this to be an OG teachable moment to them, cause there's a lot of them running around nowadays And I like to say that they fed cases riding because what I think happened, and what I know happened to me and you was we was caught up in the streets so hard that we wasn't looking at C-SPAN. The shit that they were trying to teach us about in history class, the branches of government, how bills come down, how I had to learn that shit through experience. After I got to the feds, man, because we paying attention to bills now, we paying attention to law, you know what I'm saying? Because we got to, because this is what's gonna end up getting us free, right? So the point that I'm trying to make is the game switched up on us. And we wasn't aware of it, and we landed ourselves in the feds. What you take on that?
My intake on that is this here. Even though the game done changed, the game dead right now, the truth be told.
Facts.
If you trying to get in the game, you losing.
Facts.
That's off rip. You going 9 out of 10, you gonna get caught. Me, I look at it like this is lack of knowledge. Cause truth be told, everything was in the books. When we went to school, world history, geography, natural geography, and civics. Right. All that stuff was in the book.
Right.
We read it, but we ain't paid attention to it.
Right.
The Caucasian people, they know what time it is. That's why when they do their crime, they read about their crime, they know what time it is.
I ain't even gonna read it. You told me read it, I ain't even gonna read it. But I know what you're getting at, though. It was in there for those who did read it.
I told you when I said, man, damn, I'm going to the feds. I'm not gonna sit there and say I wasn't getting money. I was getting me some money, but I'm thinking when the feds come through, the feds coming for 50, 20, 30, 50 bricks. Nah, man, none of that. They could come for 1 rock.
Right. 5 grams or more.
They could come from, man, I ain't even have, listen, on my account, when I got charged, it say detectable amount. That means under 5 grams.
Under 5 grams.
That's when they look at you on your case. Now, your PSI determine everything. See, you got a PSI, then you got your indictment.
Right.
You getting charged for your indictment, but when the new law come, and they change the pass the law, they going off your PSI. So no matter what, whatever your PSI say,
the PSI set up is sentencing in the feds. They have a sentencing guideline. Yeah. So they got on one side of the guideline, they got your offense level, and the other side they got your criminal history. And then it's a chart.
Yeah, it's a chart.
And they determine based upon the severity of your crime for as the on that one side, know what I'm saying, and then the history. So that's why they got what you call a safety valve for somebody that may not have they have no prior. So now he ain't got nothing to start with on this side. But he broke a federal law. His offense level was a federal law that he broke. Yeah. So now on that graph, they started him out on 0 on this side, but his penalty over here is X amount of month. Yeah. And that's where it determines it. Now they deviate only way, it's only certain ways they could deviate. Y'all listen to this. Only certain ways they could deviate from that sentencing guideline. That sentencing guideline is binding. This is I'm starting to use courtroom term. It's binding on the judge. Yeah. Meaning that he don't have, and it's supposed to be that, so there's supposed to be no discrepancy towards person, right? So now, what I mean, only ways to deviate from that guideline is certain things. Y'all been hearing about it, 5K1. Or 5K1 is when you done cooperated with authorities, you know what I'm saying, and gave them some information to lower your sentence, or substance of responsibility, 3-point seduction. You know what I'm saying? And the third one, that safety valve. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that you don't have no prior history, you know what I mean? And they could go lower than what your offense is on that thing. But other than that, man, you gonna get with that, whatever come out on that sentencing guideline, you're gonna end up getting it.
It's like mine. My guideline, I went from offensive level 24, category 2. PSI came back. That shit went down to offensive level 32, category 6.
Category 6 is a career criminal.
Yeah.
That's a career criminal cat. I tell you that right off back. That's the furthest on that line on that side. That's the line that I was on. You know what I mean? A career criminal. And you only have to have 2 prior convictions. You know what I'm saying?
Of violence,
a crime of violence or serious drug offense. Now we challenge that word serious drug offense. You know what I mean? Because when you look into that word serious drug offense, it says to manufacture and distribute. So a nigga was like, hold up. I ain't manufacturing. See, when we start playing with the law, we looking at these words and we trying to hold them accountable of what they're saying. You saying that it's a serious drug offense, and do actually got play off that particular point of view. A serious drug offense is not what me and you committed. A few rocks. A serious drug offense is being on them speedboats, going to Colombia, or wherever they manufacturing it, and then exporting it into the United States. Find me a black man that was doing that.
Not too many.
You understand what I'm saying? So not to bore y'all, because I know a lot of y'all don't want to pay attention to this type of conversation until your ass in that federal pressure. But this is the type of shit, you know what I'm saying? This is the type of shit that me and you had to learn and deal with because we been there, right? So when you was in the feds, right? I categorized the dudes that I done time with by 2 categories. Those that was preparing and those that was calendar turners. From what I see today, you was preparing for your return out here. So you know what a calendar turner is. That's the one that every day go by, they ain't learning shit, ain't trying to change. Then that motherfucker playing taunt, worrying about who got the stacks, biggest stack, the loudest motherfuckers in the unit, right?
Man,
what made you not be a calendar turner?
Man, that's crazy because, man, I ain't trying to be a calendar turner. Like, that was my first time in prison, and I sat down and spoke to a lot of people that have been down for a long time. I met a man, he gave me a dictionary. And that when he came to prison, the dictionary say April 15, 1982. I wasn't even born yet. God bless his soul. Miguel, Cuban guy. And when that man, I told that man how long I did, he told me straight up, before you go home, take something with you. Don't come in here and don't learn nothing.
Right.
So me personally, like, man, I ain't turn my stuff no calendar. I told myself straight up, and I'm keeping my real right now, that next month gonna make me going on 8 years out. I ain't going back.
Salute, man, salute. I want to point out something, man. Me and you, I don't know, have you heard yet, but one of our legends, and nobody, and I'm bringing this out on camera, a lot of people been inboxing me, a lot of people been wanting to hear my thoughts on this particular subject, and the reason I haven't posted and the reason I haven't responded, because I want people, I want to learn from it. I want to be able to put a message out there to the young people behind this particular situation. And I'm talking about our homeboy, real OG, Bo Diddley. You know what I'm saying? AKA Bo Diddley, man. One of the biggest out of Miami to play in the game, right? Recently, is all over the internet in Miami. You know what I'm saying? That Bo Diddley just got cased up, man. What's your thoughts on that situation?
Man, you know, it is a sad thing, but you know, I got me a quote, man. I always be telling a lot of people, man, fast is not always better. Sometimes best to move slow so you can enjoy the view, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't never knock a man what they trying to do, but at the end of the day, you gotta look at the consequence.
You just said the game dead.
I understand that, but sometimes some people don't feel like the game ain't dead.
Just feel like you got one more run at it.
Some people think they could try to manipulate. Listen, one thing I tell you this here, man. When you go in the feds, it's 2 things you gonna do. You gonna try to learn how to be a narcissist and manipulate the whole game, because you got caught the first time, so you gonna be like, you know what? This is why I went wrong, this is why I went wrong at. Okay, I'm gonna take this opportunity. And listen, man, truth be told, the street's dead, man.
Facts.
And I ain't gonna lie to you. It's just like this here. You got conditioned and unconditioned. Man, there's a lot of condition going on out here. There's a lot of circumstance going out here. A lot of people always be worrying about what the next man got going on. People always complain about spoiled milk. You spoil your own milk. Right. What you complaining about that for? One thing I learned, you see, I used to be a complainer. I used to always keep on complaining. The more you keep on looking for something to complain, you're gonna find it. So You know what I do every day? Man, I wake up, man, you know what I look for? I'm grateful for this. I don't gotta wake up and hear nothing about no child time, count time. I'm good, I'm happy.
So I'm gonna give my thoughts on the Bo Diddley situation, right? The teachable thoughts. I done had a couple of days to think about it. Just hear me out though, man. And I don't want to spend too much time. I will be doing a more intense conversation about my man. The first feeling I got when I heard the news, a lot of people flooded my text messages, inboxes, and I was mad. I was hurt, I was mad, because I don't think no nigga want to see the OGs back in position. When I mean position, back into a comfortable light than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the ones, man, I'm like, I root for Miami OGs. Hit me out though. Every day I ride by Bo Diddley crib, man. Bo Diddley crib right there on 19th Avenue in 183rd, like between 183rd, right by Granny B's. He got the big crib, the one that y'all see the post where he had them Rolls Royce inside the living room. I ride by that house. It's part of my route going home. And I intentionally make sure I turn down that because I want to see Bo. I picture Bo being in there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fonz, Bo, that whole era, man. All the real OGs that's home. Rick Brownlee, you know what I'm saying? Convertible Bird, Trap, Vonda, Boss Man, you know what I mean? All my homeboys that went in. These boys that I'm talking about, including my sister Vonda, they done did over 25 to 30 years. Half of them 60 years old, 70. They ain't got no more bids in them. Some of them still looking good. Talk to Trav every day, just seen Bert in the bank. You know what I'm saying? Out of all places, you know what I'm saying? Bert still around the money. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about this because these are our homeboys. And the reason, and a lot of dudes always, every time I mention our homeboy, the first thing they say in the comment, oh, we glorifying people there, but man, listen. When I watch these people, man, like Ike, Bo Diddley, you know what I'm saying? Rick Brownlee, when I watch them, regardless of how they got their money, when I watch the jobs, the opportunities that they were putting in the hood, the businesses that they were owning, it made me want to be like them. You know what I'm saying? Because they was keeping lights on in people's houses. It was structure in the neighborhoods. You would go down 15th Ave, all you would see was Jaguars, Mercedes-Benz, Cadillacs. We were owning our own corner stores. It was like regardless of where the money was coming from, it wasn't nobody putting nothing by their head telling nobody to use drugs, right? But when you have the time like me and you had, and you could study books like the men who found America, the men who built America, the Rockefellers, the Kennedys, in the time of prohibition, I'm giving y'all some history. They got big and rich and wealthy, all bootlegging. It was a breaking the law. A lot of people rise to some of these senators and officers came from a little work and a little mud in the streets. If it was running tickets or whatever. We did what we had to do. So I don't judge them. I judge people how they move with what they move with. And then they still went and paid their debt to society, right? So let me wind and land this plane, right? When I heard about Bo Diddley, I was mad. I was disappointed, and I wanted to blame every nigga in the city that could have put a position together. I've been screaming about the Miami boy story. You know what I'm saying? I see the success 50 Cent done made with the Big Meech them story, the BMF story, and I'm like, whoa. You know, regardless if it's a gangster, who don't like a gangster story? We like Scarface, we like hoodlums, we like all the gangster stories. It's a true story. So I was like, I'm always been a thumbs up nigga. Shout out to me, them, no pressure. But before there was a BMF, there were Miami boys. When they just indicted Bo Diddley, the headline said, one of the original Miami boys been recaptured. They the bigger headline. That's a headline. So when I was reaching out from the time I've been home, like saying, hey, we got an opportunity to put our OGs back in position. They too old. I can't see Bo Diddley doing no roofing. It would hurt my pride to see Bo Diddley roofing. Cutting grass. Not Bo Fashy. You know what I'm saying? Let's create a position. But you know what? Come to find out, networking, hollering, doing what it do. Bo Diddley broke off better than a lot of the homies that done came home. Dudes actually breaking Bo Diddley off. A lot of people don't know Bo Diddley a big gambler.
Boy a lot, mainly gamble. He on every set. He trying to stop everybody bank. Ain't if a car coming out the box, he betting on it. Whatever, you can't miss him. Anything got to do with gambling, he do that.
The game. But Bo Diddley, like I said, Bo Diddley was the gambler.
Bo Diddley, 100,000. What Jesus say? No, what that boy Shorty Low say? 100,000. What's that?
100 grand. What's that? I hit the club and I blow that.
I hit the club and I blow that. You know what I'm saying? That's Bo Dilly, man. I blow that. But the thing is, I hate that he was a calendar turner. He wasn't properly prepared. Let me land the plane though, bro. I noticed your interview, but I gotta teach from this moment, right? Now hear me out. When I heard about Bo, I was like, and then I read the news report. It said Bo Diddley, they've been on him since 2023, sold to an undercover informant. They gave him a run all the way to 2024. Then they indicted him. Then they picked him up right here in 2025. That's a lot of time to be wiggling around with a man. What went on during that time? But at the end of the day, I'm saying to myself, man, we failed him, but he failed himself. But the biggest message that we all could take from this, the game dead. Ain't no more runs. Like you just said earlier, that's just the whole point. You want to know my opinion? The game is dead. Cause you could vouch for me, and I'm finna let it go. You could vouch for me. One of the sayings when I was in the Fed was, "Why do 10? Finish it for me."
Share it with a friend.
Or you could share it with a friend, or you could give it to a friend. And another one I heard, see if you can finish this one for me. Keeping It Real went out with.
No, I don't know that one.
Bell bottoms. Keeping It Real, that mean that's how long Keeping It Real. Niggas is not keeping it real no more. Niggas is not going to prison for you no more. The game is rigged. Niggas is not. So niggas that's, go ahead. Give me your thoughts.
Listen, I look at it like this here. Like, I don't know Bo Diddley. I heard of him. I know stories about him. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish my worst enemy to go to prison. I don't do none of that. That's off rip. I don't wish no man to be in prison. But my thing is this here, like, yeah, a lot of people should put people in a position, but at the end of the day, a person gonna watch a person when they come out and gonna see what they on. You feel me? Like me, with all due respect, and this just coming straight from my heart. Like if I was a millionaire and I watch you the way how I see you came out, I invest in you. I like the way how you do things. I like the way how you came up with this, what they do.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
And you was in Atlanta, you did your thing, you came down here, and you progressing. I done seen a little kind of friction going on, but hey, you kept on doing because this your platform.
Facts.
You don't never let no man tell you how to do your platform.
Facts.
You feel me? So with Bo Diddley's situation, yeah, it hurt me to see a man to go back in prison, but guess what? At the end of the day, you know what comes behind that. You already went there before. So what make you think you gonna win automatically? You know these people gonna still watch you.
Right. You know, it hurt me about the Bo Diddley situation, man. Bo Diddley up in age. Bo Diddley every bit of 60-something years old, possibly almost 70. 10 years is a life sentence to Bo Diddley, man. Yeah, you know, we lost Bunky Brown, man. Bunky Brown, you know what I'm saying? We lost Bunky Brown inside. We lost Ike inside. My hopes for all the real OGs, I agree with you. I wouldn't want to see my enemy in prison.
Man, I ain't gonna.
You know what I'm saying? I rather handle my business out here with him. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, my nigga, I hate it for bruh. You know what I'm saying? A nigga was hoping, you know what I mean, that you could have been a little more patient. A lot of dudes, like when you go to prison, you would think that one of the biggest tools that a person in prison would come home with is patience. But I learned that there's a word that's tied to patience. Anywhere in spiritual books, you look up patient, you're gonna see this word with it. Perseverance. You know what I'm saying? You got the perseverance and patience and perseverance. Perseverance meaning not complaining while you're having patience.
Wow. Nigga.
See, a lot of us in prison, we just waiting for the gate to hit. You know what I'm saying? But we wasn't patient. Patience is virtue. Patience is something. Patience teach you. Patience is learning in the process of waiting. You know what I'm saying? So I think a nigga lose patience out here, man. That's something that I don't see in you. And thank you for giving me my roses, bruh, for the platform. But I want to give you your roses too, man, because I'm watching. I came home, my nigga. Sometime I ride down 15th. I run into some of my homeboys that I've been knowing, been on 15 for 40, 50 years. Some of these niggas goals ate up, teeth missing, this and that. I just want to shout out, man, because I called you the other day, bro. I was like, hey, bro, where you got your teeth done at? You know what I'm saying? It's about time for the OG. They flip the script sooner or later. So y'all sooner or later, y'all see the OG with all whites in a minute. Some, you know, it's debatable, man. Some people say, OG, you can't get rid of the grill, man. The grill is Miami. Yeah. But you know,
for a change, man.
You know, that's a personal decision, man. I like my grill. I got goals because I like it. I don't follow trends. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just gonna do something because everybody else doing it. I always been the type of dude, I set my own lane, you feel what I'm saying? But I see they did a great job. The roses I'm giving you investing in you.
Yeah, but...
You know what I'm saying? And you came out of here with niggas that been out of here for how long you did, 12 years?
No, I did almost 10.
Almost 10 years. It's niggas you been, and I know you could confirm this, you haven't rented any of your homeboys, family members, they in the same or if not worse a position than when you left?
Yeah, why not? Still, man. Listen, man. You know one thing I learned? I done seen people have more money than me and they don't got money now. Like, man, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I be speaking to a couple of my homies. Like, sometimes you can have a conversation with some people. Some people can't even show you $20,000 in their account right now.
Facts.
I'm telling you straight up.
These niggas done had stimulus checks, stimulus after stimulus.
You can show me line of credit, but some people can't show me. I look at it like
PPP loans.
I don't like talking about people's occupation and none of that, how a person get their money and all that. But when you want to go back talking about the Bo Dilly situation, this and that, this is what's wrong with a lot of people nowadays, from the youngins, the oldins, the people around my age. They want to keep up with the Jones.
Right.
Bro, listen, $1 gonna be $1. $100 gonna be $100. $1,000 gonna be $1,000. The only time when that thing change, when you get $1 and you go in that store and you buy something and they say 25 cents, now that's not no dollar no more, that's 75 cents. Man, it doesn't matter what you do. In the end of the day, everything gonna count. Everybody wanna keep up with the Jones, they competing with each other, and everybody just wanna get on the internet and just start talking crazy. Like, the internet wasn't made for you to expose what a person got. The internet was made to advertise, marketing, like the things that our culture's doing. You don't see the Caucasian people doing that.
You know, I'm gonna add something to that point, because I got another purpose for the internet. It give me an opportunity to have a voice to a wider group of young people, man. Like, my inspiration, my purpose of writing my books, everything that I do is to prevent. A lot of dudes feel like and I feel like this. A lot of us want to see our kids. These are our kids. These YNs, you know what I'm saying? These are our kids. Them our generation. The ones that's running around without guidance right now, them our responsibility, right? A lot of people done really gave up on them. They sense that. These young people sensing that. Like that. That's why they feel so destitute. They feel so destructive, because they don't feel like nobody loving them, nobody really taking a chance, nobody investing in them. And when we do talk to them, we talking at them or down on them, you know what I'm saying? So I connect with, I found my niche when I was in that book, Federal Pressure. When I got to Forest City, Arkansas, I became a tutor's aide. See, I ain't just wait till I came home to be an OG. OG ain't original gangster to me. OG is offering up guidance. You know what I'm saying? So I connected with my purpose. You know what I'm saying? I seen that I had a gift. You know what I'm saying? Some people may say a gift of gab or anointment or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But the young people, they respect me. You know what I'm saying? When they see me moving around, or how about they come up to they shaking my hand, they like what I'm doing. I was just with 2 young brothers last night, the 2 cornerbacks for UM. I could talk to the ones that's doing right, the ones that's doing wrong, and I found my purpose. So when I'm on the internet, I hold myself to a certain standard.
Yeah, because they're watching.
Because not only that, because we all, like, when I'm talking about the people that's on the internet, the people that got a fetish or whatever they may be with being seen on the internet, right? I differentiate myself in my own lane because I understand the responsibility of having followers. You know what I'm saying? You have to be answer for followers. If you lead a whole lot of people like Jim Jones caused a lot of people to drink some shit and all of them died. You know what I'm saying? That's what cult like shit. So when you get followers, and people looking for you, looking up to you, and respecting what you do, there's a responsibility. But the thing is with me, I'm like this off the internet. I'm constantly working with the youth, constantly speaking with the youth. I want to see my young people win. I want to see them. That's why you don't see the OG with no Beijing all in the beard. You don't see me big brawn these young cats. Nah, I'm OG. And I'm gonna carry myself with that respect, and I'm gonna demand that respect from them.
Hey, since I'm on your podcast, I'm gonna ask you a question, all right? This I don't want to say logic or realistic. I'm just asking you a general question. If you had to pick the old-fashioned way or this technology internet way, which one would you prefer?
Honestly, I prefer the old way. You know why?
Thank you.
You know why I prefer? I'm gonna give you a reason for saying that. And I ain't saying that just 'cause I'm an old dude. I felt like we were retained more when we had to work for it more. This Google era, I think is really, in so many ways, is taking the common sense away from common sense ain't common as no more. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of young kids are falling so quickly into these pitfalls. A lot of young kids telling on it, all they doing is posting. Like niggas didn't. One hand, I come from an era where don't let your right hand know what your left hand doing. I come from an era where you ain't gotta be seen to be heard. Them were real principles. Them were real jewels. The jewels is gone. Everything's a post. Everything is this. Everybody know everything about you. Even the people that you don't want to know shit about you, know about you. So you ask me a question, I'm gonna tell you the old way, man. The old way, man, working for it, man.
I think that's the best thing, because me personally, I look at a lot of things like, see, I done did time with you. You know, like some people maybe don't like it, but hey, this is just the fact. Like this internet thing, it's not cool. Sometimes, man, I kind of deactivate my page because it could become a distraction.
Yeah, okay.
Sometimes you can look at certain things, but everybody on the internet, it's not right no more. It's not everybody just exposing each other. They doing all this stupid stuff, and too much people in competition. Like ain't nobody lifting up each other. Like, see, this what I like about your content. You interview people, you bring up people. You know, you'll talk about negative thing, but you go back, bring them back to the positive thing.
That's always, everything's always a teachable moment, man.
That's the main thing. But when you look at these young kids, they want to hear messy stuff. They want to hear drill music. They want to hear all this. But until that time, when you get behind them doors, then there's a whole different ball game. See, all this stuff talking about being real, man, half of these people on this internet or walking on this earth right now can't tell you what's the definition of real.
Give me your definition of real.
Because me personally, I look at it like this here. Because you feel like I done did something for him, that make you real. I looked out for him, that make you real. That don't make you real. Man, a real person is gonna automatically, you gonna know the good, the bad, and the ugly. You gonna know the person's flaws, you gonna know his good, and you gonna know his bad. It's just like Ghetto Boys, the good, bad, and ugly. If you can't know all three of that, man, you ain't real. So I'm gonna sit here and say, okay, yeah, you real OG, because you did this, you did this, you did this. But next thing you know, somebody go tell me, oh yeah, OG did this, OG did this, I'm gonna look at you different. Now, if I know this, I'm like, man, that's part of his character. That's his flaws. Who don't have flaws? You can't name one person on this earth. You can just sit here and say he's a real dude or a real female and he ain't had no flaws.
No, everybody got some flaws, but it's all according to what you determine as a flaw. Cause a flaw is just could be something that you may think is flaw in that person, but it's them. It's part of them. But the fact that I look at, man, like we all make mistakes. When I look at the word realness in anybody, I think when you live in your truth, you walk in your truth.
Be yourself.
You know what I'm saying? You stand on your word is your word. You don't break it, you don't know what I'm saying? You deliver what you say and you are who you is. That's authentic. You know what I mean? And I don't look for validation outside of myself. You know what I'm saying? I validate my own moves, man. You know what I'm saying? And I govern my own self, but I just left off of Ramadan, right? I have a moral government to myself, and that's the Most High. You know what I'm saying? As long as when I close my eyes, as long as I felt like I passed that one test, and I tell them all the time on my platform, the biggest test that we have every day as individuals is to show that we're grateful for these 24 hours, for these moments. You know what I'm saying? That's my thought right there. As long as you you do your best, but you do your best for what? Only you could say one thing. My grandma used to have an old saying, man. I love her and I miss her, man. My grandma, and she an old island woman, so she everything. And I'm in here. We gonna kind of close out. I'm gonna give you your final thoughts on it, but I'm gonna leave the people with what my grandma used to say, man, pertaining to what you saying. My grandma say you can make your mouth say anything, cause that tongue right there ain't got no bone. Think about it for a minute. You know what I'm saying? A bone, see that arm right there? That's because it's a bone that's connected to a joint that only allow that arm to go this way, that way, right? Right? That tongue, it ain't got no bone restricting it, so anything could just flabber out of, right? So what my grandma meant by that was, I used to say, Grandma, I love you. My grandma say, you can make your mind, show me. Love is action, show me. You know what I'm saying? Do what I say, do, respect me, show me. You understand what I'm saying? So that's my final thought, man, right there. That's a word from G-Ma, man. Shout out to Big Ma, man. But my grandma definitely just dropped them jewels on me, man. I'm a grandma baby.
That's gonna be my thought of the day for tomorrow. You see that word you say, validation? Everybody looking for validation. Everybody looking for to be validated.
Right.
But I want to explain something to you. Like, I watch a podcast, you know, I look at certain things. I see how you do things. You ain't ever trying to do, like, interview guys with the car culture and none of that?
Man, I'm open for, when I came wrapping on up with what they do is a Miami cultural podcast. We a non-profit organization. When I say we, I got a business partner that is a second part of me. That's the guy y'all be seeing on when it comes in on the intro and all that. What we want to achieve with what they do, we want people to believe in themselves. That's business, there's entrepreneurs, there's young people. We want to bring the culture of Miami together so we could be more stronger as a unit, meaning that we all circulating the money, we all become successful in whatever we decide we want to do. That's why I say what they do. You know what I'm saying? And what they do is a Miami term, and what's up? Let's do this, let's get it, man. It's time. You know what I mean? It's time to put all the little small differences to the side and let's gravitate to our sprint. You do this, you good at that, I'm good at this. You know what I mean? How can we cross network and be good together? You know what I'm saying? So I'm about the car. I want to do the bikers. I want to do Larry the South man. I want to do whoever want to come sit on what they do podcast. Gonna get that red carpet treatment the same way you got today, bro. You know what I'm saying? Be able to, know what I'm saying? It ain't all celebrity based. I sit down, you know what I mean, with the get downers. That's why I tell them, man, I'm bringing them hustlers, ballers, entrepreneurs, up and coming, all that. Come sit down with the OG. We chop it up, man. We let the people know what they do.
I know one thing my message to the older crowds, the younger crowds, like, man, truth be told, don't be afraid. If you see your homie looking at you, if you go get a job, this and that, man, listen. Because at the end of the day, when you get behind them walls, them same dudes you was on the street was getting that money, they ain't gonna be with you behind them walls. So think about what you about to be doing out here, because calculate every step, like Tupac say, because at the end of the day, this money gonna always keep on floating.
They print it all the time.
They print it every day, and guess what? They keep on building prison.
They say on that bill, it's saying God we trust, man. Know what I'm saying? Not that green thing, man. Listen, man, it's been a real day, real kicking it with my homeboy, man. Y'all make sure y'all get his books. Make sure y'all tap in, man, on all platforms, man. Let them know where they can find you at. Like,
Pouchon Free, my brother, you can find me on that. And also, man, my next interview when I come back here, I'm bringing my homegirl, Real Slim Beans.
Shout out, we can't wait. Okay.
She will be back. I'm bringing her with me.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that, man.
I gotta support you, because in the end of the day, this is where I look at me. This, like, everybody got their podcast, they doing this. Like, in the end of the day, like, I ain't really wanting to come here and talk about nothing. I'm like, man, you know what? Let me just come up here and come support you, because in the end of the day, this money gotta circulate.
Right.
I ain't crying about no money. I ain't worrying about none of that. You tell me one thing, woo, boom. I'm gonna bring my homeboy artists. I'm gonna bring the manager with them, Double Vision, Real Slim Bean, and I can bring the other artists. Holla at us on the end of the day. Bring them in the platform. You tell me what it do, what it is. Boom, it's handled. Point blank. We ain't gonna argue about nothing. You say one thing, that's it. Because at the end of the day, I'm supporting you. And at the end of the day, guess what? while I'm supporting you, you also supporting them too.
Facts, man. What they do, man, we definitely a non-profit organization, man. We taking all donations, you know what I mean? We looking to do backpack drives. We want to do some good things, man. Shout out to little Haiti boy, man, for the little event. They invited us out there too, man. In Little Haiti, man, doing good things, bringing stop the violence in Little Haiti, but stop the violence all over Miami, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to my ZOE, shout out to my homie for coming through, man. Like he said, just support the platform, man.
That's it.
All day,
that
man.
thing. What they do.
What they do, man. Y'all heard it here, man. Y'all tap in, man. Free that boy Bo Dilly again, man.
Let's give him a little bit for my cataract.
You didn't put in on this, man.
Sous-classé, ça le médicament nous nie. Sous-classé, ça le médicament nous nie. M'pate connaître, c'est que la star. Pas moins plan là, moins pé ça comprendre. Pas moins plan là, m'poko saisi si jamais je m'en tombe malade. Sous-classé, ça le médicament nous nie.
Miami, what they do. Florida, what they do. Y'all already know who it is, man. It's your boy OG Jigavelli, the host of the fastest growing podcast.